You know, there's an old story. That chief, he saw his people suffering and they were in real dire need. It was springtime like it was. So that individual went and asked the Great Spirit, he said, make me into something that I can help my people. I want to help them all the time. So he asked to be a maple tree. Maple in the springtime, it creates sap and sustenance for somebody in a long winter that really needs it. You can take it down and it provides shelter. And when he gets old, you still can take him down and you still can provide him for heat. So that's how he sacrificed himself for the people. That is the legend behind that tree.
We've always been here. Our creation story took place at the Menominee River. Our 5 major clans came about at the mouth of the Menominee River. And those clans were transformed into human form, being the first Menominees. The Menominees lived on the Menominee River for thousands of years. Our name Menominee means sa Algonquin word Menominee, which means wild rice. And we are Menominee, people of the wild rice. The Menominees lived on the Menominee River up until the treaty era, when our tribe was forced to sell millions of acres to the U.S. government. 1817 to 1856, wanted to become Wisconsin. Said that we'll give you land over in Minnesota, 600,000 acres if you surrender your lands. Chief Oshkosh, as wise as he was, said, well, I'm not going to sign the treaty unless I see these lands. And when he got there, there was not much wild rice, fishing game. And there was 2 warring tribes, the Sioux and the Ojibways, on either side. Oshkosh said, the poorest land in Wisconsin is better than that of the Crow Wing. Let me move my people on the Wolf River to an area that's called the wilderness. He did decide in 1854 the Menominee Indian Reservation was established. Surrounding this forest was the European immigrants' farms for agriculture. And Oshkosh said, well, they can do that, but those trees were part of us. They have a spiritual connection to us. We have to take care of them. Said if we need any trees for any purpose, we'll start on the east boundary of the reservation and work our way to the west, meaning that only certain areas of the forest are being cut, and it's in a 15-year cycle, but it still looks the same. We have kept the forest the way it is up until today.
We've always been a forest people, and some of our elders, everywhere we reside, we're always by the forest and we're always by the water. We have great dependency on the rivers, the creeks, the streams, and the lakes that flow through our land. We have a lot of dense maple forest, which comes hemlock trees and ash trees and elm trees, and it intertwines above and it intertwines down below. Our root systems are connected from one side all the way through. It's everywhere that connection happens. Many of our teachings come from the forest. We have our own school, our own tribal school. We set a strategic path at tribal school to make sure we incorporate all of these cultural and traditional teachings throughout the year. Started taking them out to sugar camp every spring to be able to teach our traditions, teach our culture, teach our language, and teach who we are.
So, my name is Keno Paiwasit. I'm a cultural assistant here at Menominee Tribal School. Like a lot of these things, I was told, especially with cultural stuff, to take the younger ones and go out and do it with them, and that's how these things are passed on. And if we don't do it, that's also how things are lost.
Well, first we drill a hole, then we tap the tree, and then we put a bag on it, and then we wait overnight and come back in the morning.
When you're tapping, you always want to tap on the side where the sun's going to hit the tree. And when it's cold, it freezes up the sap on the inside. When the sun comes up and it hits that tree, warms it up, thaws it out, That's what helps it run.
We boil it down into a syrup.
Get maple syrup from it, maple sugar, candy, and you can make donuts with it.
So we can remember what our ancestors did over the years. To do that, we're gonna have to learn from all of our teachers, our ancestors, in the ways of the woods.
You know, I'm able to kind of help them out just a little bit and share what little bit of knowledge that was shared with me. I can pass it on to them. They're living beings. All these trees have spirits. And especially with this time of year, like the maple tree, the syrup and the life that it gives, and you know, to our people, it's our bridge, so to say, of how we can connect and communicate.
The following organizations have provided funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.